Welcome to the show. I am so excited to have you guys here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I would like to, and I'm sure that a lot of people would like to know. I have finances really isn't my thing, but I'm so appreciative that you young men have made it your thing. So, Aaron, could you tell me how the idea, this concept, actually was conceived, and why are you so passionate about helping the audiences that you do help?
All right, thank you. Team Timeless was conceived pretty much based on being trustworthy and being honest. In our profession as financial advisors, advisors really focus on being a sole distribution model. What that means is that we spend all our time focused on just our individual practices. What it does, it makes us focus more on concentrating on one subject, life insurance, auto insurance, whatever that is. When you build a team, then you can focus on one thing while your partner focuses on another, which makes you a better advisor, which also makes your client a better client. So Team Timeless was built on that concept, where everybody can be great at what they're good at, and you come together to help your family.
Oh, awesome. Anthony, how did you become a member of the team?
Well, Aaron and I go back a lot of years. We met each other back in 1997, and we just kind of been in and out of one another's lives since then. And there was a purpose. There was a purpose for it. And Aaron had his own practice. I had my own practice, and we was just facing some of the same challenges. And as a result, we just decided to come together.
A collaboration.
There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Can y'all give them a hand for a collaboration? I really don't think that we do that in business enough, is collaborate. I think that when you are a business owner or you're an entrepreneur, a lot of people see themselves in competition with the other. Would you like to speak to that?
I think there's strength in numbers, and it's kind of like a marriage or any kind of relationship. You're gonna have one that's good at one area and one that's good on another area, and if you bring those together, in my opinion, it's kind of like the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Everybody gets to eat and take something home with them. I'm a pastor.
Just to let you know, this is Pastor Brown. I don't know if that the fish and 5 loaves gave that away. But tell me this. I find it fascinating, the dynamics of clients that you guys have. So you go from a typical American family all the way to the professional athlete. How do you find these clients?
Strictly retention. And what we call retention is doing the right thing by your client. So if you take care of one client, they'll tell somebody else. And as a financial advisor, we don't want to say no. So if someone says, can you help me with your auto insurance? The answer is yes. Can you help me buy a house? The answer is yes. Can you help me buy a car? The answer is yes. So that becomes a person who makes $30,000 a year or the professional athlete who makes $5 million a year. Everybody needs special attention, and we don't want to say no to anybody.
So always say yes.
That's it.
Men, always say yes. So what does Team Timeless do, and how do you do it?
Well, Team Timeless does a host of things. I guess a better question is, what don't we do? I think that's.
I know you don't say no.
Well, you're exactly right. But probably the 2 things that we don't do is we don't offer legal services. We're not attorneys. And as far as a CPA, we have one on our team. But we don't physically do tax prep. Of course, we all do some for our family members, but that's about the extent of it. But that's, to answer your question, it's probably those 2 things. We don't offer legal services, and we're not CPAs. But other than that, anything that you do in your day-to-day life, whether you have a need for life insurance, homeowners insurance, business insurance, disability insurance, we can execute that. Most people you go to, they will be able to say they can execute, or they provide that service, but they're going to send you somewhere else. We can execute all those things.
The one thing that I hear from these gentlemen, without them even saying, is integrity.
Yes.
And you really need to have integrity when you're dealing with people in general, but especially when you're dealing with people's financial futures.